Just be grateful he didn't sing it for you, Ali. That's all.
I'll see some Michael Jackson
nonetheless,
later.
aside from his singing, great swings by both of those guys. Like I said, Andy Baez really getting him on the board right there with that great swing. And Max Muncy, he's been swinging great all year. We've been saying that. There it is.
Aside from his swinging, I love that line. Dave Roberts, he's with David Vessay in the media.
Dave, what can you say, first of all, about your relievers being able to pitch a shutout tonight?
They did a fantastic job, all of them. You know, we got another look at Brewer, but you know, the guys were good. All those guys were good, and Barnes, sorry about that. And yeah, I mean, Klein took the ball 2 innings, and I feel, you know, we got through tonight. You know, it's good to see Mills bounce back. And tomorrow, I feel, you know, there's going to be a couple guys down, but we got Robo going tomorrow who can take down a lot of outs. So I think we couldn't have asked for a better situation tonight. And it was good to see a few of the guys break out. Well, Teo and Pajes with some big hits, and obviously Max stayed hot.
Have you started to see signs from Teo on that last homestand, even though not really showing a lot of the power until tonight?
Yeah, I think that, you know, that Giant series, I felt that the at-bat, the intentions were much better. I think he was locked in on every pitch and really had a plan and was really fighting. And so, yeah, I saw much better bats, and it carried over into tonight.
Do you feel like you challenged him by hitting him 8th on that last homestand, and do you feel like he did what you would want a player to do and respond?
He certainly did. He responded really well. You know, it's you know, that wasn't my plan initially to, you know, have him hit 8th, but, you know, I just felt the way that things were going, the way he was going, I felt it needed to be done. And, you know, you can look at it, you know, as different ways, as a challenge or kind of give him a different look. But, you know, however he took it, he's responded well and knows that I always have his best heart and everyone's best interest at heart, right? But we needed him to be better and have more consistent at-bats, and he's doing that right now.
Are you seeing more guys starting to find their swings again right now?
I am. You know, I think that, you know, Dave mentioned Teo. I think that Teo's in a good spot. We talked about Muncy's been in a good spot. I think Andy is starting to trend in the right way again. I think Tucker's been trending for a while, and you know, Will's been consistent. I think Teo's been on the way back too. So yeah, we got a lot of guys that are swinging well, and you know, to get Freddie off his feet tonight, I think was a good thing in the midst of 30 in a row or 13 in a row. So we'll get him back in there, and Tuck will be down tomorrow.
Going back to like the pitching injuries pregame, like how important is it just kind of like the offense to get back to what you guys expect as you navigate these next couple of weeks here?
It's important, but I also think that it's one of those things where, you know, there's 2 separate parts of the pitching and then the hitting, and our offense can't concern themselves about who's pitching and who's hurt, who's not. They've got to take care of their own business and play good defense to help, you know, the run prevention side, which they've been doing all year long, and just take meaningful at bats. And if we do that, then we're going to score runs. But yeah, tonight to be able to, like, you know, be able to save Tanner Scott, to, you know, keep him away from 3 in a row was big. And you know, the only guy that went multiples was Klein tonight, so he'll be down. But again, coming out of tonight, the offensive run production allowed us to do that and give us a little coverage.
All right, let's talk the offense. Everyone loves some home runs. The Dodgers hit 3 tonight. We're going to go Access 360 on 2 of them. You're going to start with Andy Pajes.
Absolutely. I love the power from Pajes and Max Muncy. We're going to break
Buy sunflower seeds.
Gary, what's it like getting to... Actually, no, Mar, what's it like getting to buy sunflower seeds?
Well, you know, there's...
You got it right the first time.
Yeah.
I had bombs too, okay? Continue.
It's a nice feeling when you're able to put runs on the board for your team, Ali. It's a good feeling.
I didn't hit a lot of home runs too, because I thought that if we hit too many balls out of the stadium, we would stop playing. I love playing, so I said, let's just keep the balls in play so we can continue playing.
Keep playing yourself. Okay, we're going to break. Once again, Will Klein coming at the office. Speaking of at the office, Will Klein, he's with David Vessay in the media.
Well, in a situation like tonight, bullpen game, what's the biggest thing that you take into preparation for?
I mean, just that we're all in it together, and just I know each of us is just going out there trying to put up a 0 so the next guy can come out and do the same thing and give our offense a chance to score some runs and get a lead and, you know, make it easier on the rest of the guys. We're really just trying to go out there and put up as many 0s as we can.
Could you feel like the momentum of the chain of passing the baton started with you in the first inning by putting up a 0?
Yeah, I think like when you do that and the guys see like like us continue to do that, like it's easy to be a little worried, you know, when you don't have a starter and stuff like that, and you know it's going to go through all of us. But they see that and it takes a little bit of it off their shoulders, and then obviously they went and did what they did and made it easier on us in return. So that was nice.
When did you find out that you were opening?
A little after I got here, probably like 2-ish o'clock. So.
How did you take the news? What did then your pregame suddenly become?
No, I mean we kind of knew someone was gonna open. I thought it might be, you know, either myself or Jack, and so I wasn't surprised. You know, I was kind of excited. I'd started in college and a little bit in pro ball, so try to keep the same routine as relieving. Just treat it as like, you know, I'm just getting called in the first inning. Like tried to play catch my normal time and, you know, do everything I would, and then go out there. And so I started throwing when the first inning started to kind of simulate what I would do. And so I think that makes it as similar as possible to what I normally do, so it didn't feel like that out of my routine, you know.
When you guys know it's an all-hands-on-deck situation, what's the mentality from the bullpen before the game to ensure that you have your best chance at a night like tonight?
I mean, just get through it for the next guy. You know, don't bring anyone into like a bad spot, and you know, just put up a 0 so you know the guy behind you can do so. Like it's easy, like I said, like to worry about everyone having to go throw and like it kind of being on our shoulders. But you know, if each guy just makes it easier on the next, like that's all you can do.
So Will Klein gets his first career start. He finds out at about 2 o'clock today. He said he was excited, not surprised, but you said that there was some.
Well, yeah. I mean, even if they knew that potentially, let's say they knew yesterday that Blake wasn't going to be able to go today, and they knew it was going to be a bullpen game, and they're figuring out who's going to start, who's going to open the game, and how it was going to play out. We talked about plan A, B, C, whatever it is. But Will Klein getting the start. They're like, do you tell him then the night before you're going to start? And no, we said before the game, you want all these guys out of the bullpen, act as if they're coming out like during the season. Don't change a thing. Continue attacking the hitters. Try to be efficient. Hopefully they score some runs as well, so it relaxes them a little bit. But it's the same mentality. Well, even Will Klein, he finds out today. So Dave Roberts was like, do I have to tell him? Do I want him to be worried about it? Not have some sleep saying, oh my goodness, I'm going to start, or just have him have the same mentality, thinking he's going to be coming out of the bullpen whenever that phone rings and I'm asking for him to get up, and think that way. Not only was that's where the manager thinks, but Will Klein actually prepared to start the same way. What I mean by that, when he finds out at 2, he didn't come in when the Dodgers were hitting. Oh, you know, they were leading off, their visitors hit it. He still stayed in the bullpen, and he wanted to act as if he was coming out of the bullpen until after that first inning. So he still wanted to stay in the same mentality, same routine that he has, that he's been having all season long. So it's also from the manager making sure, hey, don't change him, and same with Will Klein.
Athletes are creatures of habit. They want consistency, and they have their own routine. So when Klein is told, hey, you're going to start around 2 o'clock, I'm going to keep my same routine, like Nomar touched on it. After the Dodgers hit in the top of the first inning, he came out of the bullpen as if it's the 6th inning, the 3rd inning, the 7th inning, whenever he's called. So he kept his same routine, and he went out there and did his job. It's kind of similar to Will Smith yesterday. For the first time in his life, he led off. He said, I'm going to treat it like a normal at-bat. I'm leading off an inning. I usually lead off sometimes in the 4th, 6th inning. He goes out there, hits a home run because he treated it just like a normal thing. So athletes are creature of habit, and they like consistency.
I'm surprised Will Smith didn't take off his shin guards, though, put him on, take him up, and then go. But some of us are crazy like that and would have done it.
That would be that guy on the end. Having said that, that's also KYP, knowing your personnel, understanding strategy, putting Will Klein in that position to succeed. From one pitch to the next, how about Alex Vesia? Not just tonight, Nomar, but the season that he is having in general.
Well, listen, he's an energy. He's full of energy, just an unbelievable character guy. The guy, I think, really kind of is that leader in that bullpen now. I mean, he's been there for a while. He knows what it takes, and is such an inspiration to these guys as far as motivating them, being there, supporting over there in the bullpen, and he brings it each and every time. Like, he is ready to go, hair on fire. The bullpen guys love it, and I'll tell you who else loves it. When you're playing behind that, you see him come in and he has the energy. And sometimes, you know, you have rhythm of games, or maybe you feel a little bit fatigued out there as a guy on the field every single day. But then when he comes out and the way that energy, you start picking it up. You start going, all right, here's the energy. He's bringing it. I better pick it up. I better be ready because I know he's going to go in there throwing strikes, attacking these hitters, and I want to be ready to make plays behind him. It's just what he just exudes on a regular basis. It's infectious.
We have so many guys in that clubhouse that work extremely hard, and Alex Vesia is at the top of the list. Always working hard, always trying to get better. And like Nomar touched on, he has become a leader there in that bullpen, bringing the young guys along, like Kyle Hurt, who has really come along so far the last, couple weeks or so. But back to Alex. Not only does he work hard, he gets better and better. That fastball we know is elite, is at the high spin rate. That's why he gets a lot of, soft contact up in the zone and a lot of swing and miss. That changeup is starting to become lethal to go along with that slider. He's got 3 really good pitches, which is rare for a guy coming out of the bullpen. Man, he is nasty.
5th shutout of the year again for the Dodgers, utilizing 8 pitchers. But it wasn't just the pitchers.
We got to give credit. Yeah. We ain't hating over here. No. Angels played some great defense
they really
tonight.
Did. It was fun to watch. I mean, you kind of go.
It's fun to watch when our heads aren't getting robbed.
Right, exactly.
It ain't fun when
not getting robbed, but at the same time. But Joe, also, I mean, how about the effort on Teoscar's home run too? Yeah. I mean, you were like, is he going to rob that? I mean, he got up there. So yeah, it's you tip your hat. Those were some great plays.
Kyle Tucker's not happy. He goes,
no.
Adele robbed a double for me.
Yeah, so, he did.
Yeah, it is the big leagues, man. Big leagues will big league.
Speaking of, Teoscar Hernández is with David in the media.
That's what we want. At the end of the day, just go there, have good at-bats, make good decisions. I'm used to my bat, and just not think about the results.
What turned it around for you the last week or so?
I just getting the confidence back. Getting better pitches to hit, getting the ball harder, getting on base, taking a lot of more walks, and just do positive things for the team.
They showed power to the opposite field. What's that kind of tell you about where your swing is at this point?
It's getting better. That's a good sign. Now I'm just trying to be more consistent with those kind of contact, and just trying to keep it up for a while.
Was hitting 8 kind of like a wake-up call for you at all, or did that kind of help spur this in any way?
No, I haven't. We have a good lineup, superstar from top to bottom. So I'm always saying that anywhere that he put me in the lineup, I'm trying to do my best and not think about if I'm hitting 8 or 4 or 3.
Despite not hitting a homer in the last 23 games, he has 7 hits over the last 3 games. And as he mentioned, he knows that the homers will come.
Yeah, he said it earlier with the interview after the game with Dave Vassay that if he has good at-bats, and he continues to have good at-bats, the homers will follow. We talk about it all the time when these guys make sure they get good pitches to hit and put great swings on baseballs because of their talent and their power. These are the results, and we saw it Paez earlier. We saw Max Muncy. Now we see what Teoscar Hernández. These are just great executed swings. Outstanding job staying square, firing your hands, and covering that baseball and creating backspin. When you create backspin like a Teoscar Hernández who's got tremendous power, those are the results. You never worry about a guy like Teoscar Hernández. Well, as long as he's healthy, we know he's been a productive hitter throughout his major league career. Good to see him really start to get hot with the bat.
Yeah, and when he is staying inside that ball more consistently, and that definitely pays dividends for Teo. So and it seems like his head is in a better space, and he seems to be going up there with more confidence and believing in himself, and the hits are going to continue to come with that mentality and that attitude. The question was asked, was hitting 8 the wake-up call? Did that all of a sudden spark? No, because there are times when you're struggling, if you're hitting 8th and 9th, you're still coming up with the bases loaded, it feels like, or you're still coming up with that pressure situation, and you're like, wow, and you're feeling it anyway. It's really a matter of waiting for the game then finally coming to you when you're hitting later in the lineup, matter of maybe less at-bats over a course of a game, so not feeling the pressure, say, for 5 to, at-bats, 4 to 5, maybe it's just 3, and then you got 1 hit, now you're 1 for 3, and you're feeling pretty good as the days are progressing. which he's starting to do. You get a couple hits down there. Now you're 2 for 4, 2 for 3. You're feeling like, man, today was a really, really good day, especially if you work a walk like that. I mean, what a day. So that's really what moving down. And he'll eventually start moving to other places because the confidence there, and Dave Roberts notices that.
Best thing about baseball? Got another one coming. We're heading to break. Final thoughts.